Hello. He tried. You jolt awake and come face to face with a familiar eyeball, but a very different body. What? Who are you? Oh, you don't recognize me. Well, hey all you cool creatures. I'm Cryptid. Welcome to the Cryptid Plays YouTube channel, and today we are playing House Hunted 2. And yes, I am aware that this is going to be going up a little later than probably most people's playthroughs of this game. But I did actually play it on April 1st, and this is Scopophobia Studios' April Fool's game. It is basically House Hunted. However, you all might like the actual game introduction. House Hunted 2 is filled with action-packed, Technicolor sequences that could rival Avatar. This sequel has it all. Love, romance, shootouts, cookouts, tense rivalries, screams, chills, thrills, 70s houses, and you. Content warnings, intense. Buckle up. Obviously, it is a joke, but it is a fully fleshed out visual novel. And I look forward to playing it for you, so I hope you all enjoy it. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Warning. The game you're about to play contains graphic violence that some may find uncomfortable or disturbing. The creator takes no responsibility for those who may be upset by proceeding. By continuing, you are consenting to the contents therein and agreeing that you are capable and mature enough to enjoy this content responsibly. Understood. Ugh, what a long bus ride. But I'm glad I'm finally here. Huh, that's weird. I'm getting some intense deja vu right now. Oh well, it's probably because all bus stations are the same. You looked around yourself, taking in the surroundings, breathing in the nauseating aroma of bus exhaust and oil. Nothing like a dirty old bus stop to wake up the senses. Well, there's obviously not much to look at here at the Grey Horse bus station. I'm sure the rest of the city is beautiful, just like the brochure said. Hopefully the apartment company was honest about having my new place ready for move-in. Unlike the last time. Is this referencing the first game? Like, is this fourth wall breaking? You quickly grabbed your heavy rolling luggage and trotted towards a guest service area to check out the map. Your stomach was growling and you were so hungry you could eat almost anything right now. Wow, the island is so much bigger than I expected. I'll never run out of things to do. There's a cafe nearby. I bet they have some interesting local cuisine. I also kind of wanted to see the city. I could just wander around a little bit. I'm also pretty tired. Maybe I should just head to my brand new apartment. We are going to choose the cafe, I think. Let me save. All right, let's check out the cafe. Yeah, a cafe sounds pretty amazing right now after that long bus ride. It looks like there's one pretty nearby in something called the Normal Business District. Huh, that's kind of a weird name. Oh well, food's food and I'm too starved to care right now. You finally reach the Normal Business District and find the specific cafe you had in mind. It's small and quaint, and the strong smell of coffee wafts by you with every patron that swings the doors open. There's quite a few people coming and going through the many stores and eateries, though there's only one person that really stands out in the crowd. You watch as a petite girl runs from person to person. She seems to be asking them something before scribbling the information on the little clipboard in her hand. Suddenly, the two of you lock eyes, and she makes a beeline for you before you have the chance to react. Oh, she's adorable. I cannot read her name, but that's okay. Good afternoon. You look new. May I have a moment of your time? Her cheery demeanor was a little off-putting, but she seemed sweet. Maybe you should humor her. Alright, what happens if we leave? Sorry, I don't really have the time for surveys or petitions or anything like that. No one's ever blown me off like that before. Well, my name's Ivy Woodrow. I'm the mayor's assistant. Also, I like the weird tentacles that are around her, dialogue box. I'm pretty sure I know who you are, so I'll just mark you down and leave you be. Sorry to have disturbed you. Before you can respond, Ivy was already rushing past you to interview the next person. That was kind of weird, but you couldn't really think about it with how loud your stomach was growling, so you headed inside the cafe. You slowly step into the cafe, taking in the smooth, rich smell of brewing coffee and the sweet scent of baked goods. It makes your stomach growl even louder and prompts you to rush up to the counter to place your order as quickly as you can. After placing your order and snatching up your dinner for the day, you scurry over to the furthest table away from anyone else to scarf them all down. You sat down on the strangely soft chair. It appeared to be wood, but the seat sunk in and shaped itself comfortably around you like memory foam. It must be cushioned with a wood grain print, you figured as you looked over your order. You didn't really think about what you were getting when you ordered, only going by what looked good in the display. You decide to go with tea today, the aroma wafting gently with the smoke that drifted from the hot, red liquid. It smelled like a cacophony of fragrances, from vaguely floral to fruity to something reminiscent of caramel corn. Taking a sip didn't help as the flavors seemed to shift as the hot tea moved through your mouth. Spicy, sweet, and almost buttery notes dancing around each other to create a very confusing experience. You decided to try the food next, picking up your fork to stab into the tall slice of cake that was adorned with what looked like purple, blown sugar in a spiral shape. There was small gold writing along the spiral, but it looked to be in a language you had never seen before. You placed an ample forkful in your mouth. It tasted like a firework went off in your mouth. You coughed into a napkin, spitting out the half-chewed food, and tried to breathe. You were finally able to properly inhale through your choking, and were taken aback by the sudden rich chocolate flavor that seemed to take over your taste buds. It was the purest taste of chocolate you had ever tasted in your life, and it almost made you go in for a second bite, but you thought better than to do that. You nervously picked up the breakfast croissant sandwich, not knowing what you were going to experience from the first bite. You closed your eyes and... oh, it just tastes like a regular ham and cheese breakfast sandwich. So this is going to be our, realtor, it seems. He does look shady. We're so engrossed in your strange eating experience you hadn't noticed the stocky man that was now standing in front of your table. By the way, you can see he's a lure. Like, I love this. He doesn't even hide it. I don't know if he knows how. Hello, pal. You jumped at the sudden voice and looked up from your sandwich. You tried to choke out a response, but your mouth was too full to properly enunciate. Ahem. Hang on. You watched the short little man pull a piece of paper out of his pocket and quickly look it over, nodding to himself and stuffing it back where he pulled it. Ah, right. Ahem. My name is Heim Ball. Ale? I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, so I know his first name would be Heim. Like, I believe it's Norwegian. But the second word looks like baile, which would be Spanish for dance. Heim means home. So I don't know what the second part of his name is. I'm going to go with Baile and just leave it there. My name is Heim Baile, Realtor. And I would love to sell you a house today. You stared at him in shocked silence, not sure what to say, and a bit confused what he was offering you. The way he moved was awkward and sluggish, and he seemed to be perspiring an awful lot. Yes, so I would love to show you to your future home. I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? Oh, did I mess it up again? Forgive me, I'm a bit rusty with the whole realtor shtick. I would love to sell you a house. This is the part where I give you my card. One moment. You watched as Heim went from pocket to pocket, searching for his card. You felt a little second-hand embarrassment from how awkward this guy was. Aha! Got it! Heim leaned forward to present his card to you. You could see the coffee stains and scribbled writing on the card before you took it. Please give me a call soon. I really need this. I like his red nails, by the way. That's like the fanciest part about him. He then turned on his heels and scurried out the door, knocking a few things down on his way out. You sighed and pocketed the beat-up card. There was no way in hell you were going to call that guy of all people, even if you were looking to buy a house. Quickly finishing up your meal, you cleaned up and headed to your apartment. Alright, before we head to our apartment, I want to see what happens if we give Ivy the time of day. Alright, let's humor her. You figured you might as well hear her out. It's not like you're in a hurry. Sure, what can I help you with? Oh, thank you. I promise I won't hold you for too long. My name is Ivy Woodrow. I'm the assistant to the mayor of the valley, and I'm just doing my monthly census. I have to keep very close track of those coming in and out, and the state of everyone's living experience. So you're a new resident, I'm assuming. Ah, yes, I just got off the bus and was about to grab something to eat before heading to my new home. I see. You watch her as she scribbles something down on her clipboard, her eyes going back and forth from the board and back to you. Alright, then that would make you, correct? We're so happy to have you here at the Valley. It really is such a nice place to live if you know where you're going. I do have to ask you though, this home you mentioned, it was assigned to you by the Uncanny Valley apartment hunters, right? Not by a realtor? Yes. Ah, perfect. Then you should be all set up for your new life here. I hope it'll be a long one. And about realtors, I can't seem to find one of them for my census, so just stay alert. I'm pretty sure they've all reached their monthly allotment, but we've had some mishaps. Hope you have a wonderful day. If you need anything, feel free to come to the mayor's office. Before you can respond, Ivy was already rushing past you to interview the next person. Alright, I went back to my save file where I didn't talk to her, just to see if things are different, so we shall see if things end up differently. Obviously, I don't know if it has any bearing on the endings, but I did save right after I had the conversation with her, so. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much-needed change in your life. Just like the brochure that mysteriously showed up on your old door said. You take a deep breath, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Finally, you're standing in front of your new apartment. The day has been long and tedious, but you were finally home. Your hand gripped onto your rolling suitcase and turned the handle. Click. Click. What the heck? Why is it locked? The company said it would be unlocked and the key would be on the counter. Oh, I'm so sick of dragging my luggage everywhere. I need to give the company a call, I guess. You quickly pulled out your cell phone and called up the apartment company. Hello, Uncanny Valley apartment hunters. How may we help you? Hello. I'm supposed to move in today, but my apartment is locked. This is... Yes, we know who you are, you. We were going to call you, but... Whoa. You hear screaming coming from the background on the other line, followed by the sound of game show music. Sorry, we were going to call you, but we're having some slight difficulties at the office. We're working on getting the mayor's assistant here right now to solve it. Until then, we're afraid your apartment had some slight... The sounds of canned laughter and a chainsaw whirring comes booming through the receiver, and you have to pull your ear away from the phone for a moment. Listen. I'm sorry, but your apartment won't be ready for... Oh, Ivy, you made it. Be right back, you. You hear the sound of paper shuffling and arguing in the background that you can't quite make out. You hear the word misunderstanding a lot, though, and host? Whatever, it's none of your concern. Your apartment might not be ready until tomorrow. Our deepest apologies. This doesn't usually happen, but there seems to have been a mix-up. We will reimburse you for a hotel stay for the night. Go see the sights or something. There's still a chance we'll have this fixed in a couple hours. Just, don't go into any strange doors for a while. Okay? With that, the company hung up on you. Well, now what? You supposed you could get a hotel for the night, or you could try to burn some time. You could call Heim just to humor him. But did you really want to hang out with that guy? Oh, let's just call Heim. You sighed, defeated. He seemed nice, and you might as well kill some time looking at houses you'll never buy. Pulling out your phone again, you started to dial Heim's number. Hey, ya pal. It's much less horrifying than when Mason does it. I had a feeling you were gonna call me. I could feel it in my bones. You were just hiding over there in the bushes watching me, weren't you? No? Anyway, what say you and me go look at that house now? He's just dying to meet ya. All right, I'll look at the house, but don't expect me to buy something. Hey, don't worry about it. Just getting you inside the house is more than enough for... what do they call it? Commission? Yeah, something like that. Alright, lead the way. You spend the next 20 minutes slowly following behind Heim as he waddled awkwardly along. He kept talking about television programs and fast food places he personally liked, and you found yourself not really minding the company. Sure, he wasn't great to look at, but he didn't seem like a bad guy. Just very, very awkward. You also couldn't help but wonder what that weird pink tube sticking out of the back of his neck was. Before you could ask him, he stopped walking, and your eyes widened at the view before you. Oh dear. This is the house? Aw, hey now, pal. It's a little rough around the edges, sure. But with some tender love and care, you'll see this house become a home in no time. Or whatever. You just gotta see the insides. I promise you won't be disappointed. Did you really want to waste your time even humoring him and having to step foot in this disgusting looking place? Alright, let's go inside. You rubbed your eyes and shrugged. What's the worst that could happen? This guy didn't seem dangerous in the slightest. If anything, he just seemed pathetic. Alright, Heim. Show me the house. Really? Hot dog! Thank you, this means a lot to me. It was almost kind of cute how the little guy did what you could only guess was an attempt to hop up in excitement. though his feet only went maybe an inch off the ground. He quickly scurried over to the door and opened it for you, beckoning you inside politely. He really is much less scary than Mason. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, here we go. Yep, it was just as bad on the inside. Well, what do you think, pal? Not too bad, right? Let's compliment it first. I'm feeling nice. It's not that bad. Wow, geez. No one's ever said something that nice to me. That makes what I gotta do a lot harder. What do you mean? Before you could register what was happening, Heim awkwardly shoved you to the ground. Only being able to knock you down because you were distracted. I'm so sorry, pal. I really liked you, but a realtor's gotta eat. Let me put this thing away so my natural anesthetics can gently lull you to sleep. You watched as Heim's eyes turned black as if a light had turned off inside him, his body becoming limp and the cord connected to his neck pulled taut. You watched as the cord struggled to yank Heim's hefty little body, essentially dragging him along the ground face first. This would be a lot scarier if this was anyone or anything else. Meaty tendrils began sprouting from the floor and twisted around themselves until they finally formed a recliner? Heim's voice chimed in again, though now it sounded as if it was being projected all around you instead of from his body. Ooh, this lure is such a pain in my gutters to lug around, let me tell ya. My cord is aching something fierce chasing you around all day. What is happening right now? It's okay, just relax. You'll start feeling real sleepy right about now. You lifted yourself off the dirty, meaty floor and looked around, confused. I don't feel anything. Oh. Well, I might have filled up a bit on fast food earlier. Not gonna lie. Are you serious? Hey, do you know how hard it is to catch buyers in this economy? A house has gotta eat. Besides, I never cared all that much for eating people. Give me a fat, greasy burger over that any day, am I right? I guess I can't argue with that. Well, since you're here, would you want to maybe hang out and catch some television? Oh, what the hell, sure. You watched as Heim's recliner slowly grew in size, combining itself with the nearby meat-like couch, and invited you to sit with a wave of a fleshy tentacle. Heim wasn't such a bad guy after all. Yay! April Fools! This is so good. Alright, I want to see what happens if we say this is terrible. I'm sorry, Heim, I actually kind of like you. This is terrible. I can't believe you're trying to sell this disgusting place. Oh, I guess I've let myself go maybe a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm disgusting. Off-putting and maybe repellent even, but disgusting is a little harsh. It doesn't matter all that much anyway. I'm essentially an anglerfish type creature that's about to eat ya. Wait, what? Before you could register what was happening, Heim awkwardly shoved you to the ground, only being able to knock you down because you were distracted. I'm sorry, pal. I really liked you, but a realtor's gotta eat. Let me put this thing away so my natural anesthetics can gently lull you to sleep. Alright. I want to see if this changes any. Okay, is this any different? It ended the same, even if we insult him. Alright, we are locked out of our apartment again. I'm actually gonna go see the sights, I guess. With that, the company hung up on you. Well, now what? You supposed you could get a hotel for the night, or you could try to burn some time. You could call Heim just to humor him, but did you really want to hang out with that guy? Let's find a hotel. It would be best to just head to a hotel before it gets too late. You're sure there's plenty downtown. You can't shake your annoyance with the company, but shit happens, and you're sure the company's in a worse spot than you are. Might as well take advantage of a free room, and they said they'd reimburse you. So maybe you can find something pricier than usual. Oh look! It's a little dough ball. I guess they're called regular guys, but whatever. Very cute. As you walk through the city, you peek into random buildings, and up at the skyscrapers, and marvel at the beauty of the valley. It really was a nice place to live, and you were happy to be here, regardless of the small challenges that were thrown at you. When you read the brochure, you were skeptical at the offers inside. Beautiful island views for affordable prices. No thought involved. We will set you up with your living space to your needs and a job that works for you. It felt too good to be true. Yet, it felt as if it was pulling you here, and you couldn't stop thinking about it until you finally called them, just to sate your curiosity. The company said it would only be a couple hours. Should you wait around or call it a night at a hotel? Let's wait around. You wander around the city for another hour. Your back hurts, your feet hurt, and you're exhausted. The sudden ring from your cell phone wakes you back up and you rush to answer it. Hello, you? Great news! We were able to get everything in order with the help of Miss Woodrow, the mayor's assistant. Your apartment is all ready for you now. We are so very sorry for the inconvenience. We have sent a car to drive you home. Oh, that's wonderful news. Thank you so much. Of course. Thank you for going through Uncanny Valley Apartment Hunters, operating Realtor free since 1987. Before you could pocket your phone, a sleek black sedan pulled next to you, the surly-looking driver cracking his window and beckoning you in. You noticed the sticker on the door with the apartment company's logo and hopped in, tossing your luggage on the seat. You waved goodbye to the driver and rushed to your door. You held your breath and turned the door handle. It opened with a slight creak, and you exhaled and took your first step inside. It was spacious and lit up nicely, and you were happy to be home as you quickly tossed your luggage and locked your front door behind you and made a beeline for your bed. It was good to be home. And tomorrow you'd start your new job at the gas station. Alright, I'm gonna click him. I didn't realize I could. Huh? What's that thing? You noticed a weird black creature squirming around near an alley and decided to go see what it was. You hoped it was a cat. You wander into the alley. You saw the cat slink down, glancing around the trash bins and chirping out a pss, pss, pss to get its attention. Ooh, you jump when you feel something brush against your leg. I'm sorry, he is cute as heck. Looking down, you see a huge eyeball staring back up at you. You flinch away from the weird thing and try to catch your bearings. It didn't seem to mean you harm, but it wasn't exactly normal to see a 2-foot-tall ball of hair staring at you. Hello? Oh, it's so happy. Oh, it seemed to like that with the way it's trilling at you. Can you talk? What are you? It made a weird chirpy purr noise. You guess it can't talk. Woo! Oh, now it's making all sorts of weird noises and seems to be gesturing, but you aren't sure what about. It tugs on your leg with what you can only describe as a tentacle of hair and starts to lead you over to a storm drain. The little hairball trills at you again and seems to be writing something in the dust, but it's in a language you don't know. Before you can attempt to inquire more, it slinks over to the drain. It's chirping loudly at you, and you can only guess what it means. Do you want me to wait here? It nods its little body to the best of its ability, and you nod back. I love it. You watch the little creature disappear down the drain and sigh. Guess you're waiting for Lord knows what. At least this kills some time, and it's not every day you see something like this. You walk back over to the alley and sit against the wall, but keep the drain in view for when that thing comes back. You slowly let your tired eyes close. Hello. He tried. You jolt awake and come face to face with a familiar eyeball, but a very different body. What? Who are you? Oh, you don't recognize me. Good, that means my body is perfect. I've been trying for so long to get it to look right, but someone can always tell that I'm not human. And then it's really, 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 really scary. But you couldn't tell it was me. Thank you so much for waiting, by the way. I didn't know if you would, but I really, really, really hoped. Wait, you're telling me you're that little hairball I saw? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Though I can kind of see a resemblance. Oh no, you can. Can you tell me what gives it away? This was ridiculous, but you couldn't deny there was a Cyclops with an oddly gummy body standing in front of you. You could only describe the way he moved, like an old claymation kids show, but his hair seemed to twist and turn at will. I'd probably say the eye. Humans have 2 eyes usually, and a nose. Oh, is there just one again? Making 2 is so hard, though. It's very, very, very uncomfortable to split my pupil and then everything looks really dizzy. But if you think that'll make me perfect, I'll do it. Miss Ivy, the mayor's assistant, said we can be people if we can fit in. I'm so excited to fit in. Miss Ivy called me John Doe, by the way. I don't think I'll be forgetting you anytime soon. Alright, so we're back here. Let's wander. I think it'd be fun to get the lay of the land today. Just a little walk around the area to see what's around and all. You spend the next half an hour just wandering the streets and window shopping. Finally, you ended up at what you're pretty sure the map called the Work District, made apparent by the giant skyscrapers that surrounded you. You made your way to a nearby bench and sat down, watching all the people walking to and from buildings. Many of them seemed to just blend together in an endless sea of blue and pink suits. You notice one of the blue-suited businessmen has stopped a few feet in front of you. He seems lost in thought and vacant. So is that what the businessmen look like? Oh, that's cool. Maybe you should say something. Let's say something. Excuse me, sir. Are you all right? Huh? Are you talking to me? Yeah, sorry if I'm bothering you, but you seem down and I was wondering if you needed help. Wow, excuse me. No one's talked to me in a while. Not since my wife left. I'm a little rusty. Please excuse my atrocious manners. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Richard. Richard Everyman. Nice to meet you, Richard. Nice to meet you too. I'm you. I'm sorry to hear about your wife, but why won't anyone else talk to you? Oh, that's just how it is. I'm getting older and I can feel my clock ticking. You know how it is. You look fine to me. I think you have plenty of life left in you, man. It's just how you choose to live it. I've never thought about it like that. Really? That's a pretty common saying. Not around here. But you're right, you. I'm gonna try and look up and hold on for as long as they'll allow. Thank you. He's already power walking away from you before you can answer. You notice a chipper little bounce in his step and smile to yourself. Before you can think about it longer, you hear labored breathing next to you that prompts you to glance to your side. Next to you is a short, balding man who seems to be struggling to catch his breath, his hands on his knees as he tries to regain his composure. This guy is so endearing. He's weird. Give me a second. I thought you were gonna be at the cafe. Oh man, I'm out of shape. Gonna be feeling this in the morning. Yeah, so I'm Heim, yada yada yada. I'm interested in selling you a house. Oh right, I'm a realtor, by the way. Damn, the speech I had prepared was much better at the cafe. You were too shocked and confused to really think up a more articulate response other than, "What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?" Oh, house. I want to sell you a house. Real cheap. Look, just take my card and give me a call. You watched as Heim went from pocket to pocket searching for his card. You felt a little second-hand embarrassment from how awkward this guy was. Aha! Got it! Cutscene time! I'll be waiting for you to call. Biggest discounts on houses this side of the valley. And the other side, too. You watched as the chubby little man scurried off, the weird pink hose sticking out of his neck tripping him as he ran behind some bushes. He's so endearingly weird. Well, there's no way in hell I'm calling that guy. You mumbled to yourself as you pocketed the slightly sticky card and stood up. It was getting late, and you figured you'd better head home now. As you approached your new apartment complex, you feel warmth in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much-needed change in your life. Just like the brochure that mysteriously showed up on your old door said. Yes, because we are going to then deny him. You sighed, defeated. He seemed nice, and you might as well kill some time looking at houses you'll never buy. This is the house? Aw, hey now, pal. It's a little rough around the edge, sure. But with some tender love and care, you'll see this house become a home in no time. Or whatever. You just gotta see the insides. I promise you won't be disappointed. Did you really want to waste your time even humoring him and having to step foot in this disgusting-looking place? Leave. You know what? On second thought, I think I'd rather not waste your time, Heim. There's no way I could buy a house like this, even if I was searching. Well, can't say I'm too surprised about that. Heh. Well, you have yourself a fine day, you. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. You watched as Heim plopped backwards onto the ground. That strange pink tube on his neck seemed to be pulling him along the ground until he slipped into the house. He's so sad. You felt an odd pang of guilt as you headed towards downtown to search for a hotel. You wander around the city for another hour. Your back hurts, your feet hurt, and you're exhausted. The sudden ring from your cell phone wakes you back up, and you rush to answer it. Hello, you? Great news! We were able to get everything in order with the help of Miss Woodrow, the mayor's assistant. Your apartment is all ready for you now. We are so very sorry for the inconvenience. We have sent a car to drive you home. Alright, I want to see what happens if we ignore this fella. It's none of your business what this man was going through, and you figured it would be weird to ask a stranger on the street about his problems. You watch him go on his way. You wondered if maybe you could have done something. Before you can think about it longer, you hear labored breathing next to you that prompts you to glance to your side. Next to you is a short, balding man who seems to be struggling to catch his breath, his hands on his knees as he tries to regain his composure. Let's go straight to our apartment. That long bus ride was grueling enough, and all you can think about is heading home and plopping face first into your bed. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much-needed change in your life. Just like the brochure that mysteriously showed up on your old door said. Alright. Gonna kind of skip forward. What? I didn't expect him to come before I called the company, but I think that makes sense because I think Mason did before too. Before you can pull out your cell phone, you notice a short little man standing in front of you expectantly. You really don't have time for this. Hey there, pal. You weren't at the cafe or the city. I've been trying to track you down all day. You know how sore my cord is dragging myself around like this? Hey there, pal. I'm Heim, cheapest realtor in the valley. Let's say I hook you up with a house, real cheap. Heim stared at you, small whimpers squeaking through his lips as sweat droplets dripped from his brow. You were so taken off guard by him, you realized your mouth was a bit agape, in dumbfounded awe. I have an apartment. That's why I'm at an apartment complex. Ah, but you couldn't get in now, could ya? You know what wouldn't give you that issue? A house. The house I'm gonna sell to you. Did you have something to do with my apartment being locked? You took a step towards the realtor and he shrunk down. He looked even smaller like this, and you felt a pang of guilt, mostly due to the fact he was so small and pathetic. You could easily beat him up if you wanted. Oh, of course not. I'm just doing my job and looking out, that's all. Listen, just take my card and give me a call when you're ready to buy. You watched as Heim went from pocket to pocket in search of his cards. You felt a strong sense of second-hand embarrassment looking at him. Aha! Got it! Just give me a call, okay? What do you got to lose? I don't know, my self-respect? We all lose that someday. Heim then turned on his heel awkwardly and stumbled towards a nearby bush. Well, that was weird. The company said it would only be a couple hours. Should you wait around or call it a night at a hotel? Let's find a hotel. You breathed deep and looked up, realizing you were standing in front of a rather swanky-looking hotel. Your feet were sore from walking, so you decided this was the one. It was a pretty big hotel with what looked like a plethora of rooms. You didn't recognize the name, but it didn't matter much. Also, I said plethora wrong. Oh well. After signing in, you made your way to your room. It was nice and spacious, but you could care less in the moment and simply face-planted into the soft, pillowy mattress. You let your eyes flutter shut and your body melt into the bed as you drifted off, the thoughts of your new life swirling around in your head. You couldn't wait to get to your new apartment tomorrow, and your new job at the gas station. Let's see, there's one that I'm missing. How do I get that one? Alright, so, I was nice to Ivy, and now I'm going to go into the house with Heim, and we are going to compliment him. You rubbed your eyes and shrugged. What's the worst that could happen? This guy didn't seem dangerous in the slightest. If anything, he just seemed pathetic. Alright, Heim, show me the house. Really? Hot dog! Yep, it was just as bad on the inside. What do you think, pal? Not too bad, right? Know what? Yeah, it's a fixer-upper, but it's okay. It's not that bad. Wow, geez. No one's ever said something that nice to me. I, don't know what to say, you. Please forgive me if I'm being a bit forward, but, well, gotta shoot my shot, right? Wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. He's adorable. Would you give this down-on-his-luck house a chance and let me take you on a date? I don't got a lot of money, but I'll treat you right. You could feel how sweaty his hands were, and also how strangely plant-like they felt against yours. There was something endearing about him that you couldn't leave hanging. What the hell. Sure, Heim, we can go on a date. Oh my gosh, thank you. You've made me the luckiest house in the valley. I promise I'll do it all for you, but let's take it slow, okay? I've never dated anyone before. You know what? I accept this as the last ending that I get. That was perfect. All right. Putting the credits up here while I tell you my thoughts on the game. That was House Hunted 2. And it was honestly an excellent visual novel. The comedy was good, and it was really delightful to see so much work put into something that was basically an April Fool's joke. I love when creators put effort into things like that. The fourth wall breaking and Heim and his half-assed efforts to eat the main character had me laughing pretty damn hard. Plus, we got to see a bit of lore for the Uncanny Valley universe, so that was really cool. It was nice to meet some of the other characters of the Valley, and I think I have a soft spot for all of them. I hope that we get to see more of them. I adored Heim. He was awkward and weird and strangely relatable, and he was overall just a very likable character, and it was nice that he didn't want to hurt the main character. Not really. It seemed like he was only trying to hunt them because he would be maybe looked down on, but he was a decent fella once we got to know him a bit. It was also really cool to meet the mayor's assistant, as well as that businessman. And I don't think that the meeting with the John Doe in this was the actual canon meeting, but I liked the experience of it because it really kind of solidified his lore, and it kind of let us get to know him and his species a little bit better. So that was really nice. I hope we see more of him. I don't know if we will, but I kind of feel like we might since he is an absolute fan favorite. But overall, this was a fun experience. I loved getting a chance to see more of the Uncanny Valley and the characters in it, even if it was a joke. I look forward to the next game centered in the Valley, and I hope we get to see some of these characters again, if not all of them. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of me but you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I sometimes also upload shorts and extra videos randomly throughout the week. And I stream on Twitch on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Fridays are usually twice a month, but they have been known to be more. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye!